and welcome to my kitchen floor. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Heart Space Atelier. My name is Henry, I'm your host. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I just came back from a beautiful walk in this very hot weather. The sun is shining. The river was glittering and sparkly due to the sun. And it was one of those walks where I felt very perceived. And this episode may contain some inner truths and deep truths for me that I've not really shared that much on the internet, but I feel like it is time to. Even though my podcast is very problem solving orientated, today I'm coming at you with something that I have not yet solved, and I do not have any deep wisdom on it yet. And I'm still very much in a process. I'm still very much in the process of healing it. So let's talk about the fact that I hate being perceived. Let's talk about the fact that even though my confidence has grown so much over the last few years, specifically the last 5 years, I have a deep issue with being perceived. I have a deep issue with getting on the public transport, with getting groceries, with going outside in general when there's lots of people. And I know that I am being perceived by them. I hate it. There's nothing that I hate more, I have to say. There's nothing that I hate more. In my personal life, I, in general, have had a lot of experience with this exact thing, and it was at its peak in high school. That also was the reason why I became homeschooled, because I could not handle it. So I would say I definitely made progress, but it is unfortunate to say that ever since moving to the city, it's kind of been getting a bit worse here and there. It's not like I'm not going outside. I push myself every day. Every single day I go for those 30 to 40 minute walks. I go outside when needed. I make plans with friends. I get out of my comfort zone. But it's so hard. It is so hard, and sometimes it feels almost unbearable to push against it. Today was kind of low effort. I got ready and went out. I just had I was a bit nervous, But sometimes it can really, really, really keep me emotionally caged. And it's just something that I hate so much. And it's funny because I am growing an online career. I show up online every day on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, literally all over the place. I do not hold myself back. I feel very comfortable. But I guess that is also because the brain doesn't really register that there's people watching on the other side right now as I'm speaking. In the future, after I uploaded this, there's people who are going to be watching this. And I guess my brain can't really comprehend or understand that. And that's maybe why I feel much more chill. But also probably because I've been doing this for 6 years now. I've been showing my face online, on videos and stuff, for 6 years now. So I guess it's become a habit. And because it's a habit, it feels more easier to me, And so these days I've just been wondering, what can I do to improve my social anxiety? What can I do to improve feeling comfortable when I'm outside? Okay? Because we want to be outside. We love to be outside. We need to be outside. We have to leave our house every day, even if it's just for 20 minutes. Or even 10. On our worst days, 10 minutes, okay? We have to leave the house. It is one of the most important things we can do in order to grow, in order to heal. And recently, I have started going on these very long walks, because usually I would go like 15-minute walks twice a day, but like these days I find myself taking those 30, 40, even 1 hour walks, because I found this beautiful route that I take on the daily now, that gives me nature energy, that connects with water, with earth, like all the beautiful elements. And so I found this incredible route, and the route has become a routine. And I walk this route every day now, and there's different versions to that route. Okay, so I could walk it for 30 minutes, I could walk it for 20 minutes, I could also walk it for an hour and experience the whole magic. Doesn't matter. What matters is that I show up. One other issue that I have with being perceived is I feel like, because I'm my own inner critic and I judge myself a lot. And here's the thing, I judge myself, but I also love myself. I see the beauty in me, but I judge that beauty. Am I making sense? Let me know if you feel the same. Like, I have, like, I'm lucky and like have worked through a lot of insecurities enough in order to be able to see my beauty, but then I sabotage that beauty. I don't know if that makes sense. But before I go out, I like to look in the mirror and like see every single imperfection. And before I go out, I like to like overthink what I'm wearing, and whether I should wear a hat, especially right now because I'm outgrowing my hair a bit and it's annoying me, and like whatever, But it's not like oh, do I look good in this? It's like oh shit, how am I going to be perceived? I'm just scared. I'm scared to be perceived. And there's so many different elements to it. In the past, when I was a teenager, I also had issues with socializing and communicating and like speaking to people, which I no longer really do. But when I do, I still get nervous and anxious as fuck. And I kind of mask my joy, my happiness, so I'm like super bubbly, Doesn't mean that this isn't genuine, because I'm genuinely always excited to meet people. But a lot of the times I'm just forcing like 120% of my being, Even though I shouldn't always even give out 100%, I should give out, let's say 70%, because I also don't want to turn cold. I don't want to turn cold in this world. I love sharing love. I love sharing joy. And I love showing up as the best version of myself when especially meeting new people. Like, I don't want to appear grumpy or emotionless. That's just not who I am, I'm also very bubbly, but sometimes I be taking it like a notch too far, I think. So all of this has really been dictating my growth, okay? Recently, like especially this year, I went through major life shifts. I started taking my business seriously. I started being completely self-employed and my own boss in my own work. I've been building several streams of income. I have created a jewelry brand, which I'm wearing right now. This is a rosemary choker, if you're wondering. You can find it on my website, etoilescharms.com. I've built that. It took so much energy and effort and love and tears and frustration and joy, and like getting that up and running and finding stability within it has been so amazing. So amazing. I have started my coaching again for private clients. I've started my tarot readings again for private clients. I show up on social media every day. And now that we're at season 3, and I just saw 11/11, now that we're at season 3, of the podcast, I'm also taking that up to the next level and showing up even more consistently than ever before. I've done all of this, okay, but that also requires me to stay home more. I no longer have a job that I need to clock into every day, or like in phases, because my last job, it was like came in phases, I would work for 2 weeks very like consistently, and then for the next 2 weeks maybe a little less. It was like ebb and flow. But what that job gave me was, and every other job I had before, almost I think every other job, because I also did remote jobs a couple of times, but what a lot of these jobs had in common was that I was being confronted with socializing every single day, so that would leave me not too much room to overthink. I would have to leave the house in the morning. I would have to throw on an outfit and not overthink it, because I had no other choice, So I feel like because I'm my own boss, I need to be more what's the word? Cautious. I need to be more cautious with my time and the way that I show up for myself, because showing up for yourself can also be very uncomfortable sometimes. Showing up for yourself is not just putting on like a good outfit and like getting ready and stuff. That is part of it, but if you're in the same situation as I am, then showing up means putting out a random outfit, allowing yourself to be the ugliest version of yourself, the rawest, most authentic version of yourself, to get the fuck outside. I need a sip of water. 1 second. So, yeah. And it's funny seeing the timeline in this, because when I was in kindergarten, I ran the place, okay? I ran the place, honey. Like, I had so many friends. I was the leader of the friend group, okay? Everybody was inspired by me, okay? The second I got into school, when I was like 6 years old or something, I don't know, I was pissed, okay? I hated it. It was not for me. It still is not for me. That is also why I made the decision to not go to university. I had a good almost 2 years at college, but then I decided it just wasn't for me. Because as somebody that is neurodivergent, I need simplicity, and I need time to fucking rest, okay? I need time to fucking rest, and my whole career is like a rebellion against the system, okay? And with the system, I mean the system of like clocking into a 9 to 5 and then saving and getting a vacation once a year, and then coming back to work and absolutely draining the shit out of yourself until retirement, and then even then you won't have enough money and then you die. That is not what I want. I want to be abundant as fuck, and I've also realized over the past few months that it is deeply possible to make money while you chill, to make money while you rest, especially with digital products. I've made sales, and physical, obviously, my jewelry brand. I made sales in my sleep, and I'm just like, I wake up and I'm like, that's crazy, Like, for example, one very cozy, chill Sunday morning, I checked my email and I made one of the biggest sales ever. And it's just an example. Like, it is possible, It's so deeply possible. And I need that. I really need that, because I've been in the 9 to 5s. I've been in the school, college system. I hated it, because I have so much magic within me that I need to put out into the world, and I will prioritize that for the rest of my life. Because that brings me the most joy, and I am a firm believer that I can alchemize that joy and creativity into income. It is possible, especially nowadays. We have to remember, it is no longer the old age. It is no longer the old times. We have phones. We can. I'm filming this on my phone. I'm gonna upload this without even editing it 2-bit. Maybe for 1 or 2 minutes, I'm gonna look over it, see if I want to cut out something. Boom, upload it. You know? And then somebody sees that video, hears the shit I say, and I'm like, oh my god, I fucking resonate. Let me check out his website. Let me check out his coaching. Let me check out his tarot readings. Let me check out his jewelry. Because jewelry looking magical, cunty, and witchy. And then I make a sale from that. Just because I'm sitting on the kitchen floor. You know, it is... And yapping about my insecurities. The reason I wanted to record an episode about this specific insecurity was because I want to alchemize that into something beautiful. And now I alchemize that into an open conversation that I'm having with you. Because if you're going through the same insecurities, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And maybe you've seen other videos of me, and maybe I gave you this vibe of me having everything figured out, which I absolutely do not. I really don't, you know? And it is just important to open the conversation about topics that we do not have all the answers for. And something that has been inspiring me a lot recently has been showing up more authentically. And I have this incredible YouTuber to thank for. Her name is Fairy. And she's so true to herself and so authentic, and consuming her content, and also the Lord concert, which I talked about in another video of mine. I saw Lord live, which has kind of reawakened my need to be more authentic and raw and honest with myself. That experience catapulted me in here, you know? But also this fabulous YouTuber has just been really calling me to be more authentic, and to be less polished, and to just let my true version be, you know? And realizing that I do not have to have everything figured out in order to inspire you, you know? Because maybe something I said in this video inspired you enough to make a change in your life. Maybe it's the going outside every day, even if it's just for a short period of time. Maybe it's the finally allowing yourself to show up on social media, or build your brand, or it could be anything. It could be anything. You know? But I really love how sometimes there's these ripple effects, you know? Because recently I've also been listening to podcasts that were more raw and authentic, and I was like, I don't want to hide those parts of myself. It's deeply inspiring to witness somebody that is so true in their being, but still so vulnerable as well. So I've been downloading, collecting the data, and now I'm I want to do the same, okay? And yeah, also ever since making that choice, it was a short video I posted on my YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago, right after the Lord concert, because that's when I realized I just want to share things without polishing them, without editing, without pretending to be someone I'm not. I want to live in my quirks. I want to live in who I am. And ever since then, I've also uploaded a music EP on my channel. It's been easier for me to talk, because I'm no longer sitting there being oh, I have to get this perfect. I have to not stutter. I have to not have any quirks or something. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Because I want this to be like a space where we can just hang out together, and as if it's like you having a conversation with a friend, you know? That is what I that is why I would also love for you to comment and share your experience, because I want to hear it. I want to connect with you. Because for me, even though I'm having trouble being perceived and with social anxiety and shit in the real world, I fucking love connecting with humans online, because it gives me the ability to understand people more and to open myself up more and more in real life as well. Because when I meet somebody nowadays, it's like you also have vulnerability, you also have your own story, and I just love connecting with humans, and that is why I want my issues of being perceived. I do not want it to stand in the way anymore. So I'm doing everything in my power to stop being so anxious about it. And I just saw 222, okay? I'm gonna do everything it takes in order to alchemize and transform that shit, because I want to be free flowing. I want to film outside. I want to interview random people on the street. Like, I love that content. So I really want to do that too someday. I want to get out of my comfort zone, you know? And the funny thing is, when I'm outside with other people, I'm so much more at peace with being perceived. But when I'm out alone, like, that's the scary part. And it's crazy for me to say, because I've traveled the world alone. I've went on many solo travel adventures by myself. I'm very comfortable by myself, you know? But bringing the same energy into spaces where you are perceived, another being is witnessing you. It's kind of crazy to me. But also needed, because we're social creatures, so we fucking need that as well. Anyway, let me know what you like, any tips you have, what you all think, if you feel the same, or if you have any other struggles. I'd love to know. Yeah. Anyway, if you'd like to work with me, check out my links down below. I just launched a beautiful, juicy autumn prediction, channel coaching, and tarot session on my website. If that sounds interesting to you and you want to find out what you need to hear for this autumn, check it out. And yeah, obviously my jewelry. If you want to sparkle on a soul level and on your physical body level, check that shit out. I've had people tell me crazy life changes after purchasing my jewelry. Like, it is all energy, okay? And this is another fun part of my jewelry business, because I'm like, I see the impacts and I fucking love it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop rambling now. I hope you have the most beautiful day. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon.